Hey, this is Zero Sum and welcome back to FTL. Just had a little bit of a fight with the rebel fleet at the end of the previous sector. You can see the rebel ship here. We're just jumping now onto the next sector. Got a choice of just two vanilla civilian sectors, so let's pick this one right here. We've got some repairs to do. Let's do that before we move on. We need to find a store here pretty quickly. We'll get you out of there for now. Let that fire put itself out. Let's put the auction back on. Fortunately, we had to backtrack a little bit in the previous sector to get out, and we had to fight the rebel fleet. Managed to get out. We did take quite a bit of damage, as you can see, so we need to get some repairs done, but we've got plenty of scrap. It is a civilian sector now, so we should be able to find a few stores to get repairs done. Hopefully also pick up a cloak. Okay, let's carry on. Fingers crossed we can find a store, and we can find two stores immediately. Nice, let's go into that one. We might even backtrack and go down to the bottom one as well if this one doesn't have a cloak. No cloak. Nothing that I want. Let's get repairs. We may not need to get a huge amount of repairs here, but let's be safe. Get the 2/3 repair. We won't worry about fuel. Nothing we want to sell. We've got a fighter and we could sell, I suppose. Can we make it back down to that other store? Yeah. Let's see if we've got a cloak at this bottom store instead. There's the fleet. Can we still make it to the exit? Yep. Let's see what we've got. No cloak. Damn you. Another burst 2. Should we go for 3 burst 2s? I think we're going to. It's not a beam weapon. Gives me 9 shots in total. With the mind control, 9 shots. Not bad at all. It might be safe to pick that up now. We can always sell it later on if we come across a better weapon. Let's sell this. They don't have any drones for sale, do they? No. Okay, let's buy the burst 2. And let's get... We don't need repairs. Let's grab 1 fuel. We're going to pick up some fuel from fights in this sector as well. Let's get... 3 burst 3s online. I think it's might be one of the first times I've ever had 3 burst 3s. 3 burst 2s, I should say. Let's try another 4. Actually, no, we'll go through the... I usually don't like going through nebulas, but it means we can't use the mind control. But it gives us more beacons. Let's go through the nebula. We'll deactivate the mind control and put that power into engines instead. Because it's of no use to us whatsoever. Going through the nebula slows down the rebel fleet though. A pirate ship arrives shortly after you, judge from the fact that it's attempting to avoid your ship. You assume that it's a smuggler trying to stay away from beacons. Activate weapons threateningly. And we get some freebies. Nice, 2 fuel and 53 scrap. I'll take that every day of the week. Back to 191 and another store. Fingers crossed, can we get a cloak? Or a halberd beam? Cloaking. Thank you very much. And a halberd beam. What do we get for this? 40. Takes us to 230. Well, we're going to buy a cloak. That's a given. If we sell this, it gives us 80, which is enough to buy the halberd beam, but not enough to get it equipped, because it takes 3 power. The other option is to... I would definitely prefer the halberd over a burst 2. Because it can do a lot more damage. The 2 burst 2s should be enough to take down shields on most ships when combined with the mind control, and the halberd beam can do massive damage. Because it does 2 damage per room. It goes over like maybe 2 or 3 rooms. It's pretty comparable actually, I suppose. 3 damage. It's more expensive to run, that's for sure. We don't want any of those. The other option is to try and do the fight with just the burst lasers and do other upgrades to the ship instead. Because that's 9 shots. With a buffer, if we get a buffer on the weapon system, 90... It's doable. We're getting a decent amount of scrap at this point in the game as well. They're pretty fast firing time as well, which is better than the halberd beam. If I had a weapons pre-igniter, I might go for the halberd beam, but I think I might stick with the 3 burst 2s here instead. 41 scrap to spend. Do we want to spend on anything? Probably just getting reactor power might be a good idea. So we can power the cloak, and we'll get a little bit more as well, so we can power the mind control and the artillery beam fully as well. We're pretty much equipped now. Try and get as many of these beacons as we can before we leave the sector. And we've got a plasma storm. You arrive in the middle of a plasma storm. Despite the harsh conditions, a rebel scout seems to be waiting for you. 3 shields. Shield overcharge, not good. Let's get that burst powered up. Let's get 1 shield put on. What weapons do they have? Mini beam, burst 2. Shields are not going to be that useful for us. We've got a cloak as well, so let's power the cloak. Please? Oh, we don't have power for it. Okay. And we need 1 shield for their mini beam. Once they've fired their mini beam, we'll put the power from shields into engines, and then we'll cloak for their burst 2 shot. Artillery beam, we'll try and do this without the artillery beam. We can't use the mind control. 1 spare power. I suppose, just in case the fight goes on for a very long time. It's probably oxygen would be a decent bet for that, I suppose. I've only got 1 shield, so our first 2 shots going to be pretty crazy. We should be able to take out their weapons. I'll be surprised if we don't take out their weapons with our first shot. Yep, our weapons down. 1 shot to the artillery beam, we'll get that repaired with our engine crew members straight away. Shields up. Let's put... take out oxygen, we'll put that into a 2nd shield instead for this beam drone. Just to be safe. They've still got their shield overcharge operating, so we'll actually take down their drones next. Offering us a surrender of 5 missiles, 2 drones, 29 scrap. No. A lot of missiles there that I don't really need. Okay, let's power back to oxygen. That dang shield overcharger though. And... what's the priority here? Drones or weapons? Let's go to weapons. 1 hull point remains. We'll fire everything at drones for the last shot, I think. Just 1 point of hull damage so far in this fight. Pretty good. Went back to stations. And we get 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 54 scrap. Let's jump on. An advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. However, without functioning sensors, it is impossible to tell what is inside. Cloaking will try and stealthily access the space station. If we have to fight them, it looks like they might have a drone control. Got a couple of burst lasers by the looks of it, and 3 shields. Let's try and stealthily access the space station first, though. Doesn't work. 2 drones. Combat 2, kind of scary, and a beam drone. Shields up. Engines up. Burst lasers are on. Don't need mind control. Power to the artillery beam. We'll hold on to the cloak for their burst laser shots. No, do we want to risk it? Nope, we're going to do it now. Because there is a chance that this combat drone will actually get through our shields with only 1 shield up. So it's safer to cloak now. Get our 3 shields up. How are we going for shield experience actually? Kirby's almost to his 2nd level. Let's target their weapons. Perfect. Probably go to their piling system next, although it might be safer to go to drones. You know, artillery beam does a bunch of damage as well. Excellent. Fuel please. 65 scrap. Station, no fuel. Maybe we dip back quickly and grab some more fuel. I think we can do that and still make it to the exit. Gimme. Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's jump on. Notice a Mantis attack ship ducking between the clouds of swirling space stuff. It's hunting you. You try to get the jump and move into attack. Heavy 2, big missile, burst 2, teleporter. Nothing else we need to worry about though. We can't use the mind control. That's fine. That's deactivated anyway. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, they're right there. Do I want to fight them straight away? Two Mantis. They're going to be able to break through those doors pretty quickly. Don't know if it's even worth trying to suffocate these guys. No, it isn't. Let's go straight to medbay. Auctions off. That should be fine. Okay, they're trying to get into medbay. Good. Medbay on. Do we want to cloak? No, we don't want actually for their evasion. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, let's close all the doors. Auction is on. Let's send you back to piloting. You're not going to get there in time though. This is 5 shots. What do we do about this? Let's actually activate the mind control for a second on one of these guys. You go back to piloting. You go and help with that fight in there. We can also turn the... we'll leave the auction on. I'm going to save the cloak for the missile. Might take a couple of shots here because our evasion is 0. Burst lasers are ready though. Let's go for their weapons. Actually open the internal doors. Missile away. Let's cloak. Evasion's at 60%. What happened there? We did do some damage to their weapons, which is good. Here comes their missile, which misses. Even better. Let's power the medbay. Let's close the internal doors. This guy that we've mind controlled is going to help with the repair on the weapons. So kind of you. Let's get the engine to help with that as well. One guy's gone back to their ship. He's not a particularly good crew member to repair weapons, but the help is appreciated. Weapons repaired. Burst laser on. Let's fire at their weapons one more time. Missile down. Good. And he's now attacking what? Shields. And he's gone back to his ship. Back to stations. Auction on. Let's turn medbay off. Power back to engines. Actually, power to burst laser is what we need to do. Let's fire one more time at their weapons. Unfortunately for us, they're not trying to get away. And the artillery beam finishes them off. What do we get? Ooh, anti-ship beam drone. Don't have a drone control, so we'll just sell that. 52 scrap, 1 drone part, and 2 missiles. Power back to engines. Hull's okay, decent amount of fuel. Everything looks good. 168 scrap. What would we actually get? We'll probably get a buffer on the weapons. We need all of our burst lasers to fight the flagship, I think. I still wouldn't mind getting a different weapon. If we could get a beam weapon or something online, that would be nice. We'll probably put a buffer on the shields as well before the flagship fight. Let's grab one more reactor power so we can power the mind control all the time. Not that we really need it inside the nebula. Especially against automated ships. Trying to get away. We have 2 beam drones which will not affect us. We've got a heavy 2 and an iron weapon. We'll probably cloak through their iron weapon here. We don't need the mind control, we'll power the engines fully. FTL's charging will target their piling system. And with everything we've got. When I didn't cloak, might as well cloak now I suppose. We'll go for their weapons for the next shot. Slice and dice. 29 scrap, not too bad. Actually, that's kind of ordinary for the later stages of the game. It was a pretty basic ship though. We can still pick up a couple of beacons here as well, which is nice. Probably another 2 or 3 beacons we can pick up. Although the fuel might be the things that stops us from doing that. Another automated ship with a big missile, mini beam, no shields, probably a cloak. We've got a cloak as well. An ion charger. Let's take the automated ship with the mind control. Fortunately, we can turn off our auction, power the Mind control. Counter their mind control. That's not going to be a problem. And we can cloak through their missile. We don't even need to cloak through their missile. Wow, wow, they've got nice evasion. We do need to cloak through their missile, apparently. Let's give this one more shot. Yeah, very good evasion. Didn't help them in the end, though. 33 scrap. Whoa. This is a plasma storm, it looks like, and we don't have any option but to go through it. That's a shame. Turn the auction back on. Plasma storm. Let's just jump away unscathed, head to the X beacon, which is in a nebula as well, so there's probably not going to be any ships there either. Ooh, I could have actually picked up one extra beacon. Oh well. That is it. Heading on to the last stand. The ship isn't quite to where I want it to be. We might actually spend some scrap on doing some upgrades to some of the systems. Unless we can find a store very early on in the last stand. But I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.